Hello, Kelly Street here with Attorney Sync, and I wanted to talk about how to kind of define your marketing tactics and different things you can do to try to make sure you're segmenting your marketing properly. So, before you even start thinking about marketing, what do you need to consider? First of all, who is this for? Who is your marketing for? What kinds of things are you doing? And who are you trying to attract? Make sure you know that before you spend a dime. After that, you want to make sure that you definitely know how you're going to track ROI for your marketing. How are you going to make sure that you're getting any money back for what you're spending? And then, of course, last but not least, and there are other things to consider, but for now, I would just say to consider your tracking methods. Are you just using Google Analytics? Are you using phone numbers that are dedicated to those marketing efforts? What kinds of different things are you doing to make sure that you are able to track the ROI and do any sort of tracking in general for your marketing? After you have kind of defined, okay, this is how we're going to make sure that we're getting our return on investment and who we're going to be targeting for our marketing, next you want to consider a ranking criteria. So my suggestion would be to put an Excel spreadsheet together with these different items listed, and then for each individual marketing effort you're going to try to do, make sure that you know what the time to implement is, how long it will take from start to finish, the time to be able to see results on that metric. So if you're doing social media advertising, that should be pretty quick. You should know fairly soon whether it's working or not. Then, of course, the effectiveness. Are other people in the legal field seeing that this is an effective marketing tool? The cost. How much is it going to cost for you to do that? Are you going to be able to get that return on investment for the cost that you're putting forth? And will it be direct ROI? Will there just be brand awareness? Different kinds of factors to consider when you're thinking about cost. Skill and knowledge required to be able to do that. Are you going to have to learn a whole new industry to be able to do this? Are you going to outsource that? Think about all those things. And then last, definitely think about whether it's a values match, both for you personally, your law firm in general, and then also values match ethically for the legal profession. Is this something you should really be doing? Are you going to get in trouble? Consider all of those things when you're thinking about your marketing efforts. Now, let's get into the different segments of marketing. So, how you're kind of thinking about the different tactics you're going to use. First, we have our digital marketing. So, this is everything from SEO to PPC ads to even considering your website. So, make sure that you are exploring fully all of the things you can do with digital marketing instead of just lumping it into, oh, do a few Google AdWords ads and that's fine. There's a lot more here in this field to play with, and some of it you can do yourself, some of it you may want to outsource. This is where the knowledge comes into play, is in the digital marketing field. Next is referrals. Great, something you can do yourself, something that you can get if you have great relationships with your former clients. If your clients are happy, if you provided great service to them, definitely you can say, hey, if there's anybody you know who has a legal service, or anybody you know who needs our legal services, please send them over to us. Networking events, all sorts of things that you can do here with referrals. Just make sure that you're calculating your time invested as money that you want to get an ROI on. So you're not just thinking, oh, it's just 2 hours a week, it's just this. Calculate your hourly rate that you charge, and then think about what you're going to get back from that. Directories. Now, directories can be a really great way to get links online, to kind of build a more robust presence on search results, but you have to be careful. I've seen a lot of companies cropping up lately who say they're directories, who say they're either a directory or some sort of new legal award that you've never heard of. And for a small fee of, $300, they'll get you #1 in rankings, or they'll give you this award that will then get you rankings or listed in their directory. Be careful about those. What I have noticed is that they will often come back and tell you that they need extra money to be able to do those things, or they will all of a sudden become an SEO company. And if they're using unethical tactics to get to you, you want to be careful about using them for your law firm and getting in trouble potentially with Google and having some issues there. So, word to the wise, some directories are great. Basic Ava listing, great. Arog is a great company to get listed with and be with them, and also potentially get some clients. But lots of options out there that won't end up being on the wrong side of sketchy. Content marketing. So content ties into a few other areas, of course, with the digital marketing and link building. That's part of that. You need some sort of content to be able to do the often to do that link building. So content, blog posts, but think bigger than blog posts. Think videos. Think of articles you've written or infographics on your website that could get play on other sites. Just all sorts of different things. Erin Levine and Levine Law Group and Hello Divorce are doing really great content marketing. They provide free webinars for potential clients who are thinking about getting a divorce. Maybe not for 6 months, maybe not for a year, but they're really getting those potential clients into their funnel using content. So think bigger picture here. After that, we've got mass media. So this is where it's a little harder to track ROI unless you're doing things like tracked phone numbers or dedicated landing pages for your billboards or billboards or why is the word escaping me? Of course, while recording a video, my brain stops working. But you know what mass media is. Just make sure that you have some measurement that you can track with it and find out how you are getting clients from those things that you're doing. Mailings, lists, and data. So lawyers definitely need to be careful about this here because there are some states that do have stricter ethical implications for direct outreach to clients or making any sort of promises. So really make sure that you're buttoned up tightly on any mailings that you'd be sending out. Make sure you know where the lists are coming from and that you are allowed to access those lists, and any data that you're getting from clients, that you are protecting their privacy, even though you may be sending them something to get other marketing efforts in. After that, we've got education. This is one of my favorite ways for lawyers to get clients or get their name out there, or even just to practice speaking. If you aren't a trial attorney and or aren't a regular trial attorney and do have any of that nervous speaking, education can be a great way to do that. Or even if you are nervous in those smaller client interactions or have a hard time with those, coming from a place of educating people can really help you build out more of a repertoire with that. So lunch and learns, any of those things are awesome. Sponsorships. Sponsorships were kind of big in the legal marketing field and link building field for a long time. They are still effective. We just try to advise people to make sure that those sponsorships are as local as possible, whether it's a running event that you're doing or for your alma mater. Not only try to make them local, but also make sure that they do actually matter for your firm or for you personally, because people are going to ask why you donated to that cause or to that college. So just make sure you have an answer before you go ahead and do something like this. After that, public relations. This is the great link building, newsjacking that you can do yourself on Twitter. One immigration lawyer, Greg Siskind, he does a great job with this. He takes new immigration law, breaks it down for other lawyers, breaks it down further for potential clients, breaks it down even more into tidbits that he can then put out to local news sources or national news sources to become the leading immigration law expert. So great tactics there. Social media. Great options here. I definitely go the route of thinking more about boosting your posts or doing paid social media. You can do other interesting things with social media. Providing value is the key. So make sure that you are doing things that people will actually want to engage with. Otherwise, you're not going to get any followers. People are not going to care about the stuff that their lawyer is posting on social media. So just some tips there. Guerrilla marketing. So guerrilla marketing is one of those weird things where it's that free stuff. It kind of combines social media content marketing. You can either have the guy on the corner who has the sign who is, twisting the sign for you, trying to get people to notice that your law firm is there. Probably weird for lawyers, better for tax and accounting firms. But what you can do is, if you are interested in being that law firm who has a video go viral, no guarantees that anything will go viral. But if you are interested in trying to accomplish that, you can do one of those things like the police were doing, where they were doing lip syncing video, something like that gets your name out there. Is it better to have a longer term marketing strategy than 15 minutes of fame? Definitely. But if it's something that you're interested in trying, go for it. There are all sorts of guerrilla marketing tactics you can find online and ideas. Branding. So this is the most simple marketing tactic. Everything from your business cards to your actual sign for your building, and putting all of that out there. Your logo, everything encompasses branding, and make sure that your law firm just has a particular identity that fits with you, fits with your practice area, fits with who your firm wants to be. General branding is just a great way, a simple way to get people to notice you and to set yourself apart from others. Think Pink Law and Julie Tolick do a great job at this. So those are all of the different ways to think about your marketing tactics and different points to consider. I hope you learned a little bit of something today. And as always, if you have questions, feel free to reach out to me, Kelly@attorneysync.com. Always happy to help.